Computers Big and Small by Camila Santos. Can you imagine a computer the size of a school bus or one that fills a whole room? The earliest computers looked nothing like today's computers. From their size to the way they are used, computers have gone through many changes. All these changes have happened in less than 100 years. Early computers. The first computers were invented during the 1930s. These early computers were very large. They had thousands of parts, huge rows of panels filled a space larger than a classroom, and miles of colored wires connected the panels. Vacuum tubes covered each panel. These tubes helped electricity flow so they got very hot. Unless the tubes were cooled, they would overheat and break. Using these early computers was hard work, and only experts could run them. To run a program, people often had to reset wires and switches. They had to write directions called commands. These commands told the computer what to do. The commands were punched on paper cards. The computer read the cards. Then it sent signals that turned the tubes on or off. A bit later, the computer printed out the results. Since using these computers was so hard, they were mostly used to solve math problems or to crack secret codes. Personal computers. Over the years, people figured out how to make smaller computers. Computer chips replaced vacuum tubes. The chips stored lots of information in a tiny space. As a result, computers shrank to about the size of a microwave oven. They came with a keyboard, a screen, and a narrow slot for floppy disks. These disks stored extra information. By the 1980s, computers could fit in a desk. Soon, people could have personal computers, PCs, in their home and office. Using a PC was easier too. Users could see numbers, words, and pictures on the computer screen. Instead of using punched cards, users clicked the handheld mouse. The mouse sent commands to the computer. Now anyone could write stories, solve math problems, and do other work much faster. Now people use computers to learn, teach, draw, and compose music. They can watch movies, listen to songs, and save photos. Thanks to the internet, people can send emails and find pictures and information online. Today, computers play a big part in people's lives. Computers also will be important tools in the future. It's hard to believe these small devices were once machines as big as a room. Number 6. When were the first computers invented? A. 1930s, B. 1960s, C. 1980s, D. 2000s. Number 7. What inference can be made about why computers were able to become smaller? A. Technology improved. B. Vacuum tubes were no longer being made. C. Computer chips were invented. D. Floppy disks began to be used. E. People did not want to reset wires and switches. Number 8. Which statement best describes the main idea of computers big and small? A. Early computers were extremely difficult to use. B. People used computers to solve math problems, write stories, and send emails. C. Today's computers are much better than the computers in the 1980s. D. Computers have changed a lot over the last 100 years and are used in very different ways today. 9. Which details from the text best support the answer in question 7? A. Unless the tubes were cooled, they would overheat and break. B. Today's computers play a big part in people's lives. C. From the size to the way they are used, computers have gone through many changes. D. Now people use computers to learn, teach, draw, and compose music. E. Now anyone could write stories, solve math problems, and do other work much faster. Number 10. Why is it important that computers become smaller? A. So they could fit on a desk instead of a huge room. B. So more people could use them at home and at work. C. So people could watch movies and play games on them. D. So computer chips would have a place to be stored.